Bikini Atoll. This is the place where 23 nuclear tests pulverized coral reefs, heated the water to thousands of degrees, and spread radioactive fallout across 4 continents. The largest explosion was 1,000 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. And yet, despite everything Bikini Atoll has endured, life has returned.
So this is a very special location on the Earth, given what it's gone through. And I think we can learn a lot to prepare corals for what's coming.
The nuclear tests took place inside the Atoll lagoon. Now, scientists Sylvia Jagerroos and Didier Zoccola are diving on the outer reef. Very few people have explored these waters, and almost no scientific research has been conducted here.
I think the resilience is absolutely fantastic. I've seen so many recruits and a very high survivorship of young corals and very little disease. So that is a very great sign of a very healthy ecosystem.
But why are the corals thriving? That's what the scientists want to find out. As our oceans continue to warm, coral reefs around the world are under threat.
So you could mimic impact from climate change. For example, you could enhance the temperatures and lower the pH and see how these corals perform in comparison to other corals. We need a very large pool of corals to draw upon to have the robust and resilient corals that's going to survive. And we don't know who they are yet. That's why it's so important.
The corals here were destroyed by nuclear tests. Now they are coming back. But where did they come from?
So the question is, are the coral coming from other place, or is there any resurgence of corals from small larvae here that grown again? And in this case, they are resistant to radiation, so maybe it would be interesting to study them. If corals can be resistant to the radiation, are they also resistant to global change?
If only the corals that were resistant to radiation survived, could they also be more resilient to rising ocean temperatures? Since the very first nuclear test in 1946, no fishing has taken place here. That's 80 years without fishing. And perhaps that extraordinary biodiversity is part of the secret.
We need all the helpers. We need all our sea cucumbers, all our giant clam, all our lobsters, shrimps, everything. And of course the fish and the sharks to keep the fish populations healthy, to have a vibrant coral reef system. It's crazy down there. It really is. It's amazing. Oh my goodness. I think this trip has given me energy to continue to do what I do. As particularly last year was very bad for coral bleaching. It's very hard as a coral restoration practitioner to go in the field and work every day. But then when you come to areas like this, you can actually see that if we leave nature alone, nature do its thing. And I think that's beautiful because that's something that we definitely can do. We can't leave nature alone. We cannot stop climate change, but we can stop pollution, we can stop overfishing. In that sense, yes, this trip has definitely given me hope that the coral will survive.